Okay, everyone, welcome to Positive Tarot Wisdom. But this is Positive Tarot Wisdom Beyond. So we will talk about more about tarot and anything beyond tarot. So I will have a special guest, and he was my guest in my channel the previous time. It will be Paulo Montenegro. Let me just ping him real quick. Ready for you, sir. Live now. Okay, so please visit positivetarotwisdom.com for your more in-depth and personalized tarot readings. And if you can visit my page, Positive Tarot Wisdom, and Sugar-Free Divinations, I'd really, really appreciate it. Let's see if I can add Paulo. Yes. Mike Juan, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Oh, Mike Juan, unfortunately, not right now. This is a different type of Positive Tarot Wisdom. We are doing Positive Tarot Wisdom Beyond. You can have your free reading through Sugar-Free Divination. Part of that Positive Tarot Wisdom. I'm just waiting for Paulo to join us. Let's just give it a few seconds. I hope you guys like my new backdrop. Paulo, thank you for joining us. Hey. Can you hear me?
Hi guys! It's
Oh,
me again. Yep,
you're a
can you
little
hear me?
laggy, but you're back. Yes. Now you're better. Well, Facebook.
I was watching your live on Instagram with that girl. What's her
Pearl
name
from
again?
Tuned in Tarot. I'll be posting her YouTube video later. Yes.
Wow, she's amazing, guys. She's a singer and she's also a tarot reader, which is really interesting. Do you know who else is a singer and a tarot reader? A very famous personality.
Me.
Other than you.
Well,
Did you know that Cyndi Lauper
yes,
also
she does.
reads
Cindy
tarot
Lauper reads
cards?
tarot. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was amazed when I found out. I was like, "What?
Yeah,
Cyndi
Cindy Lauper
Lauper?"
is amazing. I mean, she's just low key, but she knows how to read tarot. And I go, yes, goals. I need to be like Cindy Lauper, right? So you should learn tarot too, Paul.
Yes,
I'm more
yes.
than happy to teach you how to read tarot. So you'll be like this tech tarot person that's going to be with Positive Tarot Wisdom Beyond. So the reason why I invited you tonight, New York City time, is well, it's morning your side there in in Portugal. We want to talk about things that we can look
Mhm.
forward to September 15. I know Apple is about to announce something major, right? So I know you're one of the biggest Apple heads that I know. So you're that person that I was, you
Ah,
know, you're the best person to consult with.
oh, come
Anything and
on.
everything Apple. So, sir, maybe you'd like to share your knowledge as to what have you picked up so far for September 15?
So, first of all, you guys, I work for this Brazilian website called Tudo Celular, which translated would be like everything smartphone, everything cellular. And we basically cover news about
Mm-hmm.
technology and also, of course, smartphones. And if you guys like tech, you may know that Apple is planning a huge event for September 15th. And the rumors are crazy about what will be released in this event.
Right.
And there are people talking about new iPhones, but I personally don't think new iPhones will come. I think they will be announced only in October, but there are really big rumors for this event. And I want to share
Mm-hmm.
some of them right now with you
Yes,
guys.
very good.
Uh, well, first of all, there was this guy on Reddit. You guys know Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the website Reddit. There's this guy named Apple Cedar, his username Apple Cedar, who apparently knows some of the Apple engineers who like to brag about
Mm,
their work.
okay.
So they kind of let some info leak because they were bragging about their projects and their breakthroughs. And one of the first things this guy told um, was that Apple itself,
Mm-hmm.
is is assembling a team of people to spread fake rumors around.
I
So
see.
you never know when a rumor is pointing you to the
Mm-hmm.
right direction or not. When a leak is something that will eventually happen or not, because apparently Apple has this specific team of people that are configured to spread false rumors. So this is why many of the big names in the rumor industry are not getting
Right.
things right. Um, and yeah, the event on the 15th will mainly focus on AR, which is augmented reality, which is like a big thing that has been happening in the last couple of years. But Apple started playing with this technology recently when they released the iPad
Mm-hmm.
2020 back a few months ago, because it was the first iDevice with a LiDAR scanner, which basically allows you to see the augmented reality through your iPad's
Mm-hmm.
screen, which is really interesting. Mm, sorry. Um, and yeah, they will also talk about an upcoming iPhone model that is not the
Mm.
iPhone 12, which will have two
Two
screens.
screens.
It will fold. Yeah, it will fold like a
Okay.
book. It will have two screens because it will focus on multitasking. So you're gonna be able to do two things at once using only
So
one
it's
phone.
like it would remind me of the Samsung model that was recently released. So I'm apprehensive about it. Yeah, there's a
Oh,
Samsung model like that. I know that you don't look at Android too much,
yeah.
but you're a tech person. I'm sure that you've seen that. So,
No, you're talking about the Galaxy Fold. The main
right.
difference between this upcoming Apple device is that it won't be like a foldable
Mm,
phone. It will have two screens, but the screen will not fold
okay.
because apparently Apple doesn't think that this is like a nice, way to do things,
Mm-hmm.
multitasking and stuff. They want to deliver two separate screens so that you can close and open like a book. And I believe this would be a really interesting product, but it will not be presented
Okay.
next Tuesday on the
Okay.
15th. They will not. They will just maybe only talk about it, but it will be presented next year or even
Mm-hmm.
later. Another thing for you guys that are hoping for the newer iPhones, um, the only iPhone that will have 120 hertz screen will be the Pro Max, which is like the most expensive
Mm-hmm.
model, the
Mm-hmm.
bigger one, because they couldn't implement this technology on the regular version, the regular Pro version, because the battery levels were not okay. So this means that they originally planned to release the 120 hertz display, which delivers you like a better user experience because the graphics are more fluid, and you can play games in a more interesting way because
Mm-hmm.
everything's smoother. But they couldn't implement this in the regular Pro version because the battery is too small. So you would end up having to recharge it like 4 times a day, which is not
Mm-hmm.
good, right? Do you want to say
No, I
something?
was just wondering if what are they planning to actually share this 15th? It's interesting. There's just so many possibilities, right? So many possibilities that they'd be sharing. It's definitely not a new iPhone. They might talk about it, just to recap what you said. But beyond that,
Yes.
what does your gut tell you? I mean, right now, that might get presented, you think?
And is time flies. So we can kind of associate this time flies time with what? Apple Watch. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that this event will be more focused on the Apple Watch, the upcoming Series 6
Mm-hmm.
model, which, according to the rumors, will have the same design, unfortunately, but it will have slimmer bezels, and it will also have sleeping tracking abilities. So it will be able to monitor your sleep habits,
Mm-hmm.
which is really good. And something really useful that will probably arrive to the Series 6 is oxygen monitoring. This means that we are going to be able to measure the levels
Mm-hmm.
of oxygen in our
Okay.
blood, which is really useful in times of COVID,
Yeah.
right?
So it's a possible COVID detector. Hi, I'm using my iPhone to identify you're a COVID
It
person.
is.
Okay.
It is. And there are some other rumors talking about another features, but I don't really think that this will be released right now. I hope it will, but I don't really think it's
Hmm.
ready for prime time. Uh, they were talking about a possible arrival of a feature that will be able to detect upcoming panic attacks and
Hmm.
anxiety attacks. This would be really useful for
Right.
many people. Let
That's
me
true.
tell you
That's
that.
very, very true. I agree.
It is. I think I have. That's all I have for the iPhones. So for you guys that are waiting for new MacBooks, I have great news for you. Um, Apparently, the first MacBook with Apple's own chipset, which is called Apple Silicon, will be released next Tuesday, and it will be a MacBook Pro with 14 inches.
For
Yay!
14-inch MacBook, really?
Yeah, a 14 inches
So
screen,
so
the
they
screen
added zero
size.
point 0.7 inches because I have a 13 point.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? No comments.
Yeah. No, no, no. You're about to tell you have a
I
13.3
go,
MacBook
really?
Air. The thing that they did was they have shrunken the bezels,
Hmm.
so you're gonna be able to have more screen real
Okay.
estate. That's what
Right.
they did. And the nice thing about this machine is that they're gonna keep the same price with which for you guys in the US is
Hmm.
$12.99. But the good thing is that they are bumping the internal storage from 256 to 512. So you're gonna get basically double the internal storage for the
Gee,
same
thank
price.
you.
Yay. Thank you, Apple. Guys, these are only rumors. Let me just remind you, okay? It's nothing that it will
Hmm.
definitely happen. These are the latest rumors that I've picked up in the internet. And the last thing for the MacBooks, they will be the webcams that are really crappy
Hmm.
right now, going from 720p to 1080p, which is full HD. The same that they have placed inside the newer iMac that they've released like a few months ago, which is really good because probably we're gonna be able to live stream from our Macs and it's not gonna suck,
It
right?
hopefully it won't because I don't even use my Mac's
Hopefully.
camera at all. No, not even for FaceTime.
Me
No,
neither.
unfortunately.
It's really bad, man.
So,
Mm.
on the 15th is really interesting. I mean, it's probably just like 2 years ago they didn't really focus on the iPhone. But do you strongly believe it's going to be delayed? And I know that it's funny that you said that there's a separate team who spreads false rumors. I want to be hired for that team. I want to be that
Yeah.
person who spreads the false rumors to just confuse people. That you go, you know what? Let me just let you guys know that this is like the real information. You should believe me, etc., etc. But then I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that team. But it is true. There are teams like that.
You know, there's this guy in the tech community. There's this guy called
Hmm.
John Prosser. He is like one of the latest leakers, but his information in the last couple of months has been spot
Okay.
on. And what happened this time is that he told people that Apple would announce new stuff
Hmm.
some days ago, a few days back, and they
Hmm.
did not. So apparently, he was one of those guys that works with leaks and rumors and stuff that got deceived by the
Oh, okay.
Apple's new
Okay.
false rumors team.
That's interesting. I mean,
It's so
I
funny.
personally think that it's if Apple's going to release a new iPhone, yes, it would have the AR function, the LiDAR screen, whatchamacallit, the sensor, because
Sensor.
I have it on my iPad Pro, and it would be more useful if it was like part of the phone. because I don't want to carry on my iPad and just I'll do, you know what, let me make this whole thing 3D. No, that's not gonna happen. No, no. I mean, it's a wonderful feature, but I
Right?
think it would be included. It should be great if they include it on the phone. Next thing is dual screen. I don't know if Apple would even envision having two screens on two different sides. Who knows? That might even work because I don't think there's ever a phone with two screens on two different sides. They don't like the folding thing, so maybe they just want to stick with just two-sided phones. I don't think anything has been created like that. I don't know.
Actually, actually, Microsoft has released a phone like that, like a
It
few
failed.
weeks ago. It's called the no, no, it just arrived in stores. It didn't even fail yet, but I think it will.
God, no. You don't, I don't want to get arrested for this. I know we're doing this live feed. I don't want to get like hate mail from Apple or Microsoft right now. Let's just stick with Taro right now. Okay, see? But you know, you're right. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We don't know. But it's exciting. September
We
15 would be
don't.
exciting. I was actually thinking of pulling a card to find out if what we need to know. Say what we need to know. I just want to relate tarot a bit in with our, because this is a forecast. I want to forecast whatever is on September 15. I mean, I think one card would be sufficient. So you'd be instrumental to this
Yeah.
reading. I'd be hoping if you can choose a number from 78 to 1 and I'll pull it. Let's find out what it's going to bring us.
Okay. I'm gonna go with
15. Okay.
15.
Let me just wrap this up for four shuffles. 5, then 6. I hope everybody's okay watching. I know most of my friends from the Philippines were watching. Thank you guys for your support. But one of my friends from the US, he was asking for reading. So no, you have to join our live reading sessions. Maybe later. We'll do that later. But thank you for asking. And one more. Okay, 8. Of course I have it. You said 15, right? Let's see. What kind of hint can we get? Because I don't
Yeah.
think anybody has ever done combining technology with tarot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
With tarot,
Yes, let's
right?
see. 2, 3,
We're
4, 5,
pioneers,
6, 7,
people.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's see. We are definitely pioneers. Okay. This says the new iPhone won't be released. A lot of people will be sad because it's like it's a delay. So instead of celebrating it like this, it's like being delayed. I agree. You know, we were talking about this before this live. It will be delayed.
Oh,
They might give little snippets of what the new iPhone would look like, but they wouldn't really describe it to the point that there's
mhm.
anything physical. Um,
I knew that. I
and
knew
there's like
that.
the reason behind the delays. There's conflict. Frankly, there's conflict within the company. They're
Mhm.
discussing what needs to push forward, what are the things that they want to include or exclude, because a marketing team wants to make more money versus whatever's in technology. They want to limit it so there's something more for people to buy next year. Because if you put everything this year and say, hey, you know what, we're getting rid of our old iPhones, they won't really earn a lot more because unfortunately, Apple is more marketing oriented and more profit oriented right now. No offense,
Mhm.
but we're still stuck with their
Right
phones,
now.
and
Mhm.
that's true. Unfortunately, the card is reversed. Celebrations will be delayed. That phone's going to be delayed. So don't expect a phone on September 15, folks. That's what I'm seeing. No,
Yeah,
not going to happen. Any so
not gonna
okay.
happen.
So any other messages that you'd like to give or any hints for everyone at this point, technologically, or any other thoughts? Or feel free to share your social
Um,
media information after you share your thoughts. Go ahead.
okay. Those of you who are thinking about upgrading your MacBooks right now, don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it because you will regret. Okay? This is like my personal
Mm-hmm.
advice. Don't do it because these new Macs will deliver you way better battery life,
Mm.
will deliver you way better performance, and there's a slight chance that they may come cheaper than what I just told you about, which apparently they're going to get the same price. But there's a chance because we're talking about Apple stuff, Apple's own chipsets, processors, and components. So Apple may have ways of making it cheaper. So I don't think it will happen, but it can happen. So I advise you, do not get a new Mac.
It's too late.
Right
I
now.
have a new Mac. You should have warned me. But it's too late. Gee, thanks. Thanks a lot, Paulo. You've been a very helpful guest. Thanks a lot. But you're right. So, folks, if you are planning to buy something new, looks like Apple might release something new this September 15th. It's just a few days away. And, I mean, tomorrow is September 11th. Remember, it's a huge event for the U.S. Please remember the ones that we've lost September 11th.
Yes.
So it's going to be a very solemn day. But beyond that, we're focusing on technology. Yes, no iPhones. Don't buy a new Mac. As according to Paulo, I will take that advice because I don't have a chance to buy a new one anymore. I already have the new one. But folks, take that advice. And it's going to be exciting. September 15, YouTube Live. That's how Apple's going to broadcast their latest information. And last message, if Apple's watching this, I want to be part of that team that spreads around, the false information. I want to be part of that team. Yeah, because you guys
hire me, Apple.
hire me, Apple, for not. I mean, I know you guys didn't want me for retail, so just hire me as the person who spreads the false rumors to protect your identity. Okay, that's the last message. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Paulo. How would they reach you? What's your Instagram name, or do you have any other social media you'd like to share with our viewers this evening or morning your side?
Well, it's kind of complicated to share. It's kind of complicated to share my username because it's really not pronounceable in English. But I'll make sure to write down in the comment section.
I'll include you.
So please follow me.
I'll include you. So I'll include you in the comment section rather. I want to pronounce it correctly. Montenegro, right? I can't pronounce it.
Almost. It's Montenegro.
Okay, Montenegro. So guys, please follow Paulo using his username. I will put him as an ad on the video. I'll also include this on the YouTube video that I'm going to release later. And don't forget to watch the latest YouTube video that I'm about to upload right now with Tuned in Tarot. She had an amazing performance. The same person that Paulo mentioned. She's a tarot reader. She's a singer. Amazing. She's from California, the more relaxed state. I'm glad. But again, thank you for joining Positive Tarot Wisdom Beyond. PositiveTarotWisdom.com for your more in-depth and more detailed tarot consultations. We have the page, Positive Tarot Wisdom, Instagram, Twitter, whatnot. And Paulo, thank you for joining us. And I will put your ID underneath this video. Thank you, guys. So don't buy a Mac yet. Not the best time. See you guys later. Bye. Take care. Bye.